Hey, welcome to Theme Park Chicken episode 43. And you might be wondering, why did we go back in time? That's because I calculated them extremely wrong.
I think we should just say the other ones are and then just rearrange them as they come out.
Honestly,
it won't be confusing at all.
I should have done that just for the memes, but I don't have the presence of mind. So I was like, in every episode, I'm like, episode 45, and I'm editing it being like, this is episode 40. Like, what am I talking about?
This is episode 3.
Yeah.
We're just starting over.
That'd be crazy.
But we're skipping 1 and 2.
Those were really good episodes, but so was 3.
So we're keeping those ones.
You should go back and watch them again. They're fun.
That's all this podcast is.
We were so young.
We're just shouting out old episodes. That's all it ever is.
Shout out to myself.
We're gonna start over and just listen to our old episodes and then comment on them.
Rewatch podcast.
Yeah, the rewatch.
Podcast, the rewatch. The musical.
I told a friend at
series.
church that that I had a podcast, and she listened to the trailer.
I thought you said Brandon. I told Brandon at church. I was like, what did he say? Okay, sorry.
I
He was
forget
like,
everything
"What?"
every day. Robin has to explain my whole life every morning.
It's 51st
51st
dates. I love that.
I was like, yeah, we have a podcast. And she was like, that's so cool. What's it called? And I was like, oh, Theme Park Chicken. She said, cool. So she texted me later and goes, I listened to the trailer. And I was like, we have a trailer?
Yeah, we do. I remember recording the trailer.
Yeah.
You actually gave me a thing to read, and
Yeah,
I read
it
it
was
in my
like
podcast voice.
Totally scripted.
Remember when I had a podcast voice? Good times.
Yeah, and I was like, I went back and listened to it this week, and I was like, oh, this is so bad. It's fine.
That hurts my podcast voice feelings.
I mean, the highlight was the podcast voice. Everything else, I was like, well, it's just like
We just went a different direction.
We were new.
We had
Yeah.
creative differences to our past selves.
we hadn't found our voice yet.
We've grown.
So anyway, welcome to episode 43, and I'm your host, Robin Ellsworth. And I
You
can
didn't
watch
say,
you guys
hey, I feel
in
really
the
weird
monitor.
about it.
Oh, hey.
Thanks.
Welcome to episode 43 of Theme Park Chicken. I'm joined today by my two co-hosts, Boysenberry Jam, Chelsea Packer,
Yes, I got Boysenberry Jam.
and
Delicious.
old man Walter Knott,
Yes.
Brandon
Yeah.
Ellsworth.
It's too good to be
We
true.
love Walters that make theme parks.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
You didn't? I thought about it
No.
when I was walking by and it said Walter Knott. I was like, oh, Walter. Oh, Walter.
Honestly, there's been times in my life when I'm like, is it too on the nose to name my son Walter
I mean,
as a Disney adult?
maybe.
Yes.
Probably. Worth it.
Yeah, probably.
Do it.
Do you think it was an alter ego?
A
Walter
ego?
Yeah, a Walter ego. Like Walt Disney was just like, I want to make a new park. I had a lot of fun making the first one.
With the train
so,
company being his name backwards,
Yeah.
so it's the Retla train company.
So I'm just gonna make myself Walter
Maybe.
Knott.
He's like, I want to call it
You
Knotland.
think he made both?
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's a conspiracy theory if I've ever heard one.
because he's not Walter.
You know what I love? You know the Knott's Berry Farm little shortbread cookies?
No, because I've only been there once.
No, you don't have to get them at Knott's. They have them at Sam's Club too. They have them with
Oh.
they're the little
She's
shortbread
also
cookies.
only been there once.
They have little swirls of shortbread, and then on the inside there's a little bit of like jam, and it's like old jam. So
You
it's
know
like,
what it is. It's
you
a
know what
circle.
it is. It's
I
a
know,
circle.
like a.
It's
I
a
think-
circle.
And they're delicious.
Yeah, it's a circle.
And they
It's a
have the
circle.
boysenberry ones are at Knott's Berry Farm. So you can get like a strawberry pack or a raspberry pack. The raspberry ones are really good from Sam's Club or wherever you go shopping. Wherever you shop.
Wherever you get
buy
your
shortbread.
podcast. I mean,
And
your
if you take the strawberry and the raspberry and put them together
Shortbread
with
sandwich.
some blue food coloring, it's basically boysenberry.
Yeah, I guess. Boysenberry is a new berry, a hybrid berry. So
We've made those cookies before because if you try to make like lembas bread,
Yeah.
it's basically just like shortbread. All the recipes are shortbread, and
Yeah.
I love shortbread. But
Fantastic.
I made like when I hate baking, but I got really into baking for like 2 months, which I think is how most people do it.
the way you're supposed to do it.
They start by hating it and then they just accidentally fall into it for 2 months.
And then you're super addicted to it, and then
And
you
you
hate
stop.
it at the end, and you never do it again.
There's a pile of baking goods that you're never going to go back to, and you're like, what am I going to do with all this yeast in my fridge?
Yeah, ultimately throw it away when you move. That's what I learned.
I haven't moved yet, so there's just
Yeah.
yeast.
Well,
To
Look forward
2014.
to it. You can't get rid of it now until you move.
Well, we made like a raspberry compote, and then we made like shortbread cookies.
That's fancy.
I remember you doing that
Sounds
actually.
delicious. Yeah,
But they
they're really
weren't
good.
boysenberry.
Yeah, the boysenberry
Cookies.
ones were delicious.
Yeah.
We got them across the street from Knott's Berry Farm in the Peanuts store. Peanuts store.
In the what?
Enunciate my words.
Excuse me.
The Charlie Brown store.
Okay, so today
Yeah, shortbread cookies are really good. And we bought they had candy bars that were 3 for $12.99, and the guy who sold them to me was like, the boysenberry one is so good, but we haven't opened it yet, so I can't tell you how it was, but I'm assuming it was really good because that guy who's brand new employee, they had no idea what they're doing. It was really cute. They're like, I don't know how to sign back into the computer, and they're not young men. They're like 50s, and so they were like, this is a really good candy bar. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. So it was really sweet.
She'll let you know how it is in episode 45.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Is it like you have to eat it within the week, or is it like a prepackaged?
It's like a prepackaged candy bar that has the plain milk chocolate with Charlie Brown. The boysenberry one has Woodstock, I think, and then the other one had Snoopy on it for the rice one. Or I'm getting that backwards. Doesn't matter. Don't quote me on this, people.
We should probably introduce our topic.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Knott's Berry
We
Farm.
have a topic.
We were talking about Knott's Berry Farm, like Chelsea said. Chelsea had the opportunity to go to Knott's Berry Farm this week.
Did. I kind of got tricked into it.
Much like you got gifted your Universal pass.
Like things just
much
happen to me.
like baking.
And I
you
let them
know?
happen to me.
Chelsea actually hates theme parks, but people keep forcing her
She's
to
just
go.
been
How
trying
did I
it for
get
2
here? I
months.
just want to stay home. My oldest son in junior high, they just finished the school year, and he is in band. And their band teacher told the kids, "Hey, we're all going to go to Knott's Berry Farm the day after school's out." And they heard that's a field trip. But none of the tickets were paid for. There was no transportation. If you wanted to take your kid, you had to take them yourselves. And I was like, I'm not going to drive my kid to Buena Park, drive back home, and then come pick my kid back up in Buena Park. So I took the baby with me, and we took the oldest, and we went to Knott's Berry Farm for the day. We paid for our own tickets. And while we were there, I let Scott go on rides. He has his little watch, so he can call me if he needs to. And I walked around with the baby most of the day. And then at 1 o'clock, they were supposed to take a picture with all the band kids that came. And we went there, and there were no other kids from his particular class. There were like 4 or 5 kids from the beginning band, and I didn't see anybody from the orchestra. And I was like, nobody wanted to drive from the mountain an hour and a half to pay to get themselves into Knott's Berry Farm. But I thought it was kind of mandatory. So I was like, oh, there's 6 kids here. Cool.
What if it was just his idea, just being like, I really want to go to Knott's.
I would
Let me
have
just
thought
tell
that,
my mom.
except for the band teacher was there.
Okay.
Was the band teacher like awkward about it?
No, she was really nice. We like this band teacher. She is very
Okay.
passionate about what she does, but it's her first year at this school. It's her first year teaching band ever.
Does she know how
Nice.
field trips work?
Kind of, but not really. So she's good. They went to a festival in Redlands earlier this year, and so next year she wants to go to a festival at a high school closer to Buena Park, and she knows a director there that can get them into Knott's Berry Farm for like one of those band things, and then it'll be run more smoothly. And they'll be able to like get transportation because there'll be a festival first, and then they can actually like make a whole day of it. But this year we were just troubleshooting, and turns out most of us didn't get our kids there. I did, and I had a blast. It was too hot to be there, and it was a Friday, so it was busy. But I had a good time anyway until my tummy hurt, and Scott had a great time the whole day. So that was good.
So did he have friends there, or he was just kind of
He thought he was going to have friends there, but most of the time he was solo. He hung out with some of those beginning band kids because they're going to be in an advanced band with him next year. So he already knows them, and he was just getting to know them a little bit better. So he did go on a couple rides with them, but then he saw that I had Dippin' Dots, and he came and hung out with me for the rest of the day. And can you blame him?
No. Wow. So last time I went to Knott's was in when did they take us? 6th grade?
I was not in your 6th grade
No,
class.
I know, but are the kids in our district, didn't they all go?
I don't remember.
He says that like we didn't go to the same
We went to the same
school
high
district.
school.
We were in the same
school
5th grade
district.
choir. He's like,
That's
I didn't
true.
go to your school.
But I didn't go to your
Yes,
school.
you did.
Ew, girls.
Ew, goodies.
If I was there, I definitely don't remember seeing you.
But you went to the sister park. When you guys lived in
So
Ohio, you went to the sister
Yes,
park, yeah?
Yeah, we did.
So you did we have a podcast about that, yeah?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I went to Knott's in
Kings
junior
Island.
high.
That makes
I'm
sense.
pretty sure it was junior high.
Okay, so yes, actually you're right. It
Because
was junior
6th
high, 8th
grade
grade.
was camp up in the mountains.
Yes, that's right.
Mhm.
So that was the last time I went, and when I went to Knott's, I had never been there, and I was this like kid this boy that I had a crush on, whatever, and we like
It was not me.
only stayed in one area of the park that I don't even know if I could tell you today what that was. But
Do you
I
know
didn't.
the theming? I'll tell you where
It
you
was
were.
like where the Pony Express was.
Amazing. You're in the Western
Yeah, so we were there.
Well, that was easy.
How
Pony
problematic.
Express, I think you're in Tomorrowland.
Oh my God.
Honestly, we walked through and Scott goes, "Is this supposed to be Knott's Berry Farms Tomorrowland?" I'm like, "Look around, you see a coal mine. Where do you think
Do you see a
are?"
Colt 44?
Honestly, this is
Thunder
Because-
Mountain.
It could be the future. We
And we
don't
were
know.
around the corner and we're on the boardwalk, and I'm like, "And this is Paradise Pier."
When we were on the train a few weeks ago at Disneyland, this family behind us was like, "Yeah, we're getting off, and the next exit, it's Futureland." And I was like,
"Oh, it hurts." It hurts
anyway.
so much.
But when I went, like, I didn't take a map or whatever.
Yeah.
I just like,
Oh, you need a map, and they
I
should hand
did.
out maps more freely than they do. They don't.
right.
I looked for a map. They have maps throughout the park, which is nice, but they don't tell you are here, so you're just like, where am I? And it's not easy to navigate, and I'm like, I would
Because there's no
love-
hub.
It's not,
It's
yeah.
missing the hub and the wheel, the spokes design. And it's same
It
Kings
lost
Island
it.
is the same way. Like you could wander around there and be like, I have no clue where I'm going.
There's a little center hub, but you can't really see it.
But
Like
once
they
I
have like an
figured
Eiffel
out-
Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but you can't see it.
Once
at
you
every
figure it
spot.
out, it's okay. But the whole park it can loop around itself, and so
Yes.
like it's easy to get lost there. But I happened to find Scott at Accelerator, and I don't know how this happened, but I was walking by the Dippin' Dots, and I was like, oh, I should get Scott a fan because it was so hot. So I bought a Mister fan, and I was like, I got you a fan, and he was like, okay. I'm like, great, where are you? And he goes, Accelerator, and I look up, and I'm like, me too. I don't know how that happened, but we were both at Accelerator at the same time. It was so
It's
nice.
like your motherhood like senses
Like
tingling.
led me to him, but that's where I bought the fan too, and I was like, that's strange.
Like a mother duck to her duckling.
Right? So I want to specifically talk about two things at Knott's Berry Farm. One, the mother's room, the nursing room. It's
Oh.
excellent. You don't really care about this, and I'm going to tell you anyway, because people need to know.
Yes.
I nurse my baby, and so when I'm at a theme park, I need to look for a nursing room. Disneyland has excellent nursing rooms. Universals are better. I said it. And Knott's Berry Farm had been lacking in that for a bit, I found out. And so I was like, okay, I need to look this up. And they've recently redone the Camp Snoopy bathroom. And so their Camp Snoopy bathroom now has a mother's room in it. So I went in, and it is so nice. It is big, spacious. There is a rocking chair there. There's a sink. There's a changing table, all sorts of things. And I'm sitting there feeding my baby, and I think, this is too big. There's only one nursing room, and there are a lot of people there because it's a Friday, and there are a lot of people with babies there, especially in Camp Snoopy, which is the kids area. So I was like, okay, so I'm sitting there feeding my baby, and he's a fast eater. It takes like 6 minutes max. So I'm feeding him, and there's a knock at the door, and I'm like, 4 more minutes, sorry. Like, what am I supposed to do? But the nursing room is so big, you could have made it into 3 nursing rooms
Yeah.
enclosed, and it would have been fine. Even
Huh.
if you wanted to keep them nice with the sink and the changing table, you could have made it just 2. But it felt like so much luxurious space. I was like, oh, this is nice, until someone knocked on the door. I'm like, we need
And then
more.
you feel guilty about
Yes,
it.
I
Yeah.
felt so guilty. And I'm just trying to feed my baby. He deserves to eat and take his time doing so. And I was like, oh, this is very nice. Good job, Knott's, on making a beautiful, nice nursing room. Cut it in half. Make 2.
Is
That's my
that the
suggestion.
only one in the park?
That's the only one I knew about. I also read that if you go to First Aid, they will get you a rocking chair, and you can feed your baby there too, which is nice.
unfolded like a camp
Which is
chair.
different than Universal, right? Because Universal, I went to First Aid one time, and I was like, because in the upper lot is where the nursing room is just so nice, but downstairs in the lower lot, there's no nursing rooms. And so I was like, okay, I'll go to First Aid and see if they have anything for me. And the guy at the First Aid station put me in the bathroom, and there wasn't even like a space to sit. So I'm like leaning on the wall, holding my baby, trying to configure myself. And there were beds in there, but they were occupied because it's First Aid. It's not made to be a nursing room. But I read at Knott's you can get a rocking chair from them. I don't know if that's true. I didn't actually go to the First Aid at Knott's Berry Farm.
Okay.
So that's the nursing room. Love it. Some suggestions, obviously. Don't laugh at that.
Sorry,
That's not
sorry.
funny.
There was a
Ha
break.
The other thing I wanted to talk about for my Knott's trip report, it was hot, it was lovely, all the good things, was the Soul Spin. I've never been on the Soul Spin before. It is a new-ish ride, and I'm going to read about it. They opened to the general public April 21st, day after your birthday, 2017. So probably none of us have been on it because we haven't been there
definitely
since
not.
before 2017. What is that?
What was that?
I was there, but I definitely didn't go over to that part.
What was I saying? Oh, so it opened to the general public April 21st, 2017. So I'd never been on it. I'd never seen it. And it's in the Fiesta Village section of the park. So you can get to it from, oh my gosh.
So it's SOL, not SOUL.
Yes, SOL like the sun. Because it's themed in Fiesta Village. I just whacked that, sorry.
How dare
So I was coming from Camp Snoopy to Fiesta Village, just walking after I fed the baby, and a whole tree branch fell down. And I was like, do do I sue? But it didn't hit me, and it didn't hit the people walking behind me. It fell in front of them, and it fell to the left of me, and I was like,
Whoa.
we could have died.
How big was the branch?
Like, reasonably big, and there were pine cones on it, so it's like the Widowmaker pine tree.
It was armed.
Yeah, it was ready to go.
It was an arm of a tree.
The tree was like, my arm!
So trim your trees, Knotts, and cut your nursing room in half. Cut your nursing room, plant your trees.
Well, they don't need to anymore. The branches are gone.
Cut themselves. Self-pruning plants.
Self-cutting trees.
So it's in the Fiesta Village section of Knott's Berry Farm, which is like more Hispanic themed rides,
Fiesta.
Aztec, things like that. And so it's near Jaguar. And Scott went on Jaguar by himself and texted me how hot it was in the line and how miserable he was. And then he was tired of texting me, so he called me on his watch. I don't know if I showed you this.
The boy needs a Kindle.
He does. He needs something. So I have 7 calls from him from that one little area, and you see how back to back he called me. He's like, "Mom, I'm in the line." I'm like, "Okay, I'm waiting here." I'll make it. "Mom, I'm still in the hot part of the line." "Okay, thanks for calling me."
Like 3 minutes apart.
And then he called me. He's like, "Mom, are you still in the same spot?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm still in the same spot." He goes, "Great, I'm almost on the ride, and I'm going to wave to you." And I was like, "Great," because he was sitting on the bench with me before that by the train. And so he goes around, and he's like, I'm like, so we're waving to each other. Sorry. Then he got off Jaguar, and he called me again the 4th time. And he was like, "Hey, there's a ride over here that looks like a carnival ride, and I really want to go on it. Are you okay to keep waiting?" And I was like, "Yes, that's literally what I'm here to do today. I'm here to wait while you go have fun and do your things." And so I was like, "What's it called?" And he goes, "I don't know, I'm already in line." So I walk over there and I'm like, "Is it called Soul Spin?" And he's like, "Probably, but it looks like a Jaguar, but also a thing." And I was like, "A thing?" Like, he looks like that. I'm like, sure. So I'm looking at this thing, and it does look like a thing. And so the ride,
and the best way that I can describe it is that it's a thing.
crazy.
It looks like that ride from Spy Kids.
It does. It looks like the
and then the balls are going around. Yeah.
And so at this point of the day, I had just finished Dippin' Dots. I'm feeling nauseous. I'm not doing good. And I'm like, I'm going to not feel good. I'm going to hurl. It's not good. So this ride is like on a fulcrum. You're on a thing, and they load you into the ride. So it's like this. Viewers, it's like this.
She's doing a
Here, I
T.
can
If you're just a listener, get on the YouTube.
Yeah, we actually have our podcast on YouTube on video now, so you
Again.
have no excuse. You can listen to it and then also watch.
Do both.
This podcast is just hyping up our former podcasts. And
Listen to the old ones. Watch the new one. So at the bottom of this lever arm is like a star thing of seats, and there are 6 different things because it has to at the bottom. Yeah, 6.
Brandon's drawing it now.
And so I read that this ride used to only contain 5 seats per branch. So make branches. This is branches off of that.
My arm.
Like a star. So 5 seats per branch. But Knott's Berry Farm somehow contracted them to get 6 seats per ride vehicle. It used to only seat 30 people at a time, and now it seats 36. But after they did that, they've had a couple issues.
This is so Green Lantern coded.
Right?
Have you heard about the Green Lantern coaster? Okay, tell me your story.
So the incidents for the Soul Spin in particular, there was one in 2024. 22 riders were stranded for over 2 hours when the ride malfunctioned and stopped mid-cycle. So this thing lifts you up on the fulcrum and you are spinning around, and it looks so scary. Every time they went around, I'm like, they're going to hit the ride operator stands. They're going to whack it. They're just going to watch my video about it. We're going to post it on the Instagram. You can see my kid on it. He'll wave. It's really cute. But every time they came around, I'm like, they're going to hit something. They're for sure going to hit something. But obviously they engineered it so they're not hitting anything, but it looks like they are. And as you're in the air, it's like flipping you back and forth. So you're swinging forward through the air, but you're also flipping upside down and going back and forth. And Scott got off the ride. He's like, "Mom, I had so much fun. I was upside down for like 20 seconds at one point." And I was like, they were swinging. You're going to get whiplash. It's like terrifying.
Yeah, it seems
you know
very
what's
violent.
funny is the only time I've ever gotten whiplash on a roller coaster was at Knott's.
Oh.
And it was when we went for junior high. Again, we weren't in the same junior high, but we went during junior high. And I went on Silver Bullet, and that was the first roller coaster that I ever went on in junior high.
Silver Bullet twice, and he had the best time.
Silver Bullet is great, but it definitely just...
Yeah.
And then I was like, ow, my neck.
Right. The first time you learned about neck pain.
Yeah.
Right?
Luckily, it went away, but I don't think that I should ride
crazy.
that ride ever again.
But then I'm watching this, and this is a newer one, and they're flipping them around back and forth, and I was like, I can't watch this. It's making me nauseous to just watch them. But those 22 riders were stuck on there for 2 hours mid-cycle. So are you one of the upside down riders that's stuck upside down? Are you still swinging upside down? Like, can't even think about it. A park spokesperson stated that 2 riders were transported to a hospital out of an abundance of caution. They were later released. We hope. Cal OSHA is investigating to determine what caused the malfunction. So they don't know. They didn't tell us what caused the malfunction. But then again, on July 26, 2025, less than a year ago, and I let my baby go on this without knowing this, at least 20 riders were stranded for approximately 5 minutes when the ride malfunctioned. Everyone exited the ride safely. It's fine. The ride received a full safety inspection and reopened shortly after. So,
by the 15-year-old that works there.
Right? It was so
But they
scary.
went down. They went from 22 to 20.
And he waited in line for this.
So yeah, if he was on it, he had like, how many people were on there?
It's 36 people, and it
So
takes them a
50%
long
chance.
time to load them. So
'Cause
Scott's
there was-
waiting in line. He's like,
yeah.
Mom, why is this line so long? Because they are making sure every individual is strapped in well, which is good. Do that, 100%. And Scott's like, oh, how long is this wait? And it was a 15-minute wait. It wasn't that bad. But it felt long because they're like doing individual checks on every person. I was like, good, because that's my baby up there. Make sure he's not flipping out of there because he just swings around and boom, there he goes, off into silver bullet. There he goes.
It's like we've been reading
terrifying.
Hop on Pop, and it's like Mr. Brown, Mrs. Brown, Mr. Brown is out of town or whatever. It's like he flies off. Mr. Brown, where is Brown? There is Brown, and he's like flying over.
And then Brown came back.
Brown
good
came back.
book.
He was fine.
But that's a 50% chance because they went 22, 20, 18.
Yes,
So
just going down.
when Scott was on it,
Could've
one of
been him.
18.
I don't think the whole, like, the half the ride. I think maybe it just wasn't a full ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, not all 36 seats were taken up.
No, but if it broke down and there was 22 people stranded, then the next time there were 20
Do you
people
think less
stranded.
people are going on it?
If
Or
it
only
happened-
half
no,
the ride?
no.
They're
If it
connected.
was full,
They're connected to this fulcrum. How are you getting off half your
no.
riders?
But what I'm telling you is that it went from 22 to 20. So then, when Scott was on it, only 18 people would have been stranded.
What do they
If-
do with the
if
other
the-
18 people? Are they?
They could have gotten up. I don't know, but it was a
not a word.
pattern,
Being
right?
hard chicken
So
in that
18,
podcast.
but then if there's only 36 riders,
Yeah.
it was 50-50. He's fine.
150 is terrible odds.
It's
Okay, I
great.
can't talk to you about this right now.
Flip
It's a
a coin.
swinging Ventura ride. It was built by Mondial Rides. They're doing great work. They also built the ride that was previously in that area, and so Knott's Berry Farm liked it so much they were like, "We'll keep going with you." And they rethemed it. So if you look at the old pictures of it, this is not what it looked like in the picture I showed you. Like, look how vibrant and bright that is.
Yeah.
It looks very Fiesta Village, and now it's more like Jaguar themed with the old Aztec
Aztec
vibes, which is cool. So it swings you around and flips you around. It's a tipsy top turvy adventure taking place 6 stories high over Fiesta Village, and it lifts you off the ground. You spin in your circle while you're also spun around. And at its peak, it rotates guests in a circular motion at 60 feet in the air, and you can experience 4 Gs at the peak of the ride. And
This is how they trained the astronauts for the Artemis mission.
honestly, I was like, he can go now. He's ready. He's done the whole
I
thing.
really admire, honestly. We just watched Wicked, so I was about to say his braverism.
Honestly, yes. And I'm glad that he got in line, and then he was like, I don't know if this is worth the wait. He saw it and was like, he called me again. He was like, Mom, it's worth the wait. And he's on his watch. He's like, Mom, it's worth the wait. And I can't talk to him when I'm on the watch because I know everyone around him can hear me. And I'm like, okay, buddy. There was this really sweet little girl that was with her mom, and they came and sat down next to me, and she looked like she really wanted to get on, but she was like, I'm too nervous. And I was like, don't watch it because it'll make you more nervous and you won't want to get on. I've been watching it the whole time. And I don't think she actually ended up going on because if you have to wait like 3 or 4 ride cycles once you get in the line. So if you're going to wait, might as well wait in the line. But she was too nervous to go. But Scott was already in line. He's like, it's worth it. This looks awesome. It was a fun one. I'm glad he had fun, but for that ride in particular, I feel like I'm going to spoil it. I'm going to be a theme park chicken. I was a theme park chicken. It's
Totally.
terrifying. I can't flip like that anymore.
So that story reminds me of, I watched this video. I'm pretty sure it's Defunct Land, but it's about the Green... Wow. It's about the Green Lantern ride.
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern
I'm a
ride.
Green Rancher,
Which
Green
is... I think it was in Six Flags or one of the Six Flags. But
which now owns the Knott's Berry Farm.
right. Okay, so the Green Lantern ride, in a similar situation to Soul Spin, they bought the ride, and a lot of these parks will buy roller coasters, disassemble them, retheme them, put them back together, which if you reassemble furniture, it's never going to be the same piece of furniture. But they bought that roller coaster, rethemed it, and then made cosmetic changes like Soul Spin.
Yeah, flicks flyers into Emotional Whirlwind.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Scandia coaster into whatever they have in Texas.
right. Yes, that's right.
Exactly.
Again, a previous episode.
But when you're making a cosmetic change to a ride that just goes like 5 miles an hour, it probably doesn't matter.
Right.
But when you're doing this crazy changes, like adding another branch of 6 people onto this like perfectly engineered,
The balance.
like the physics
you
of
have to
that.
have.
Yes. And this was the problem with Green Lantern. Like they kept making cosmetic changes and changing the way that the centrifugal forces would like momentum you upside down.
Yes.
So they added like fins at one point to the ride to try to change the weight distribution because they added another seat. Like it's
Green
like
Lantern
a
have
disaster. I know. And that it's so
It was a Justice League.
Form of
but
dolphin.
it caused so many problems. And I don't know why like
Form of whatever's not going to give our people headaches.
is it really like that helpful to add another branch if now your ride's shutting down all the time?
No, probably not.
Probably not.
And it was so scary.
Man. Well,
You want to write haikus about Knott's Berry Farm?
yeah,
Let's
do
do
it.
Alright. I'm going first. It's not good.
Go ahead.
It is not good.
Is that the one?
No.
Okay.
Nothing in my head. Silver bullet whiplash. Ow. Go back and listen.
That's good.
Wow, good job.
I liked it. You can snaps of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I asked that last week.
Okay, I'll go next. Knots. Doomed from the start. Remember my crush? He's in prison now.
No way. I want that podcast episode. What have we been doing? Oh my gosh, that's for you.
I'll tell
You should have gone last.
Oh, that would have been. I can't follow that up. Mine's not nearly that good. I should have gone second. Boysenberry Farm. Soulspin flips you all around. You know what? Why not?
Oh, I like it. I like that.
And that's our podcast. Flight, Fight, or Fun. Not knots in general. Soulspin specifically.
Flight.
Yeah. Hard fast.
I'd like to try it, but I feel like it'd take me out for forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll miss you.
About forever.
It would take me out for forever.
You're gonna fight for your life.
Yeah, fight for my life after I try it.
Impressive.
What about you?
Hard fight.
Are you theme park chicken?
I am.
It'd kind of be like a last meal kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a meal, I want to go on Soul Spin.
I'm about to die. I'm on my deathbed. I'm like, this is my last wish, and all my great grandchildren take me, put me on Soul Spin, and that's how I go
Bye,
out.
Grandma.
That's the dream.
All right, that's our show.
Were you a theme park chicken?
Yes.
Okay. Were you a theme park chicken?
Yeah.
Are you a theme park chicken? Let us know. Now you do your thing.
Okay, thanks for listening. That was the show. If you want to watch, you can watch on YouTube the full episode. Hopefully we'll have video for this whole thing. And you can follow us on Instagram at theme.park.chicken. You can email us any suggestions at themeparkchickenpod@gmail.com. Shout out to Danielle, Ghost of the Podcast. We love you. And
This is her spot.
Chelsea's doing her So You Think You Can Dance.
I am.
intro.
So You Think You Can
Quote
Dance.
for number 4.
I was listening to Barracuda this morning in a reel, and I remembered that they danced to Barracuda once. Anyway, actually no, that was American Idol.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway.
Embarrassing.
You danced to American Idol.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well,
Don't think
That's
I
it.
remember.
bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.